Hello. I guess I'm starting off all my videos with a British accent now, because that's what's been happening. Anyways, I wrote down notes for this video. So, everybody kind of has these, like, you know, few things that they're complaining. Everybody has, like, those issues that they feel very strongly about, and like there can be a lot, I don't know. One of those things for me is animal testing, and I don't want to go in depth about it. I'm gonna link things down below. Cruelty Free International, Beagle Freedom Project, Cruelty Free Kitty, and I'll also link this ethical elephant article, which is what I'm going to be talking about. And I even did 2 videos a while ago where I just gave like cruelty free product suggestions. I have one on skincare and one on makeup. Yeah, I'll link those too. I did get this back from my, can you see it? Oh no, you can see it. Don't look at it yet. I got a project I did in 7th grade where we picked a topic and then we did a whole presentation on it. We had like a project, we did a poster, we had like a campaign, we made a speech, we presented our speech and our campaign and everything. It was like our big 7th grade project, but I did mine on animal testing, and my little like physical thing, I did a little model. So one of the more common animals that they use is bunny. Oh yeah. Humane Society has a video and now everyone's posting about it. But anyways, my project. I bought 2 bunnies at Michael's. This is a normal bunny. His name is Nibbler. And then I got another one, the exact bunny. Except this one's tested on. It is fake blood. This is a bunny that has been tested on by humans. A lot of the time the skin, like that's usually what people like, they use pigs for that because pigs have skin kind of similar to humans. They even use that in like Mythbusters. They would always use pigs because the skin is similar. Mainly what bunnies are used for is they will actually like inject things into the bunny's eye, and this bunny has multiple things done to it. Once these companies are done, like say once they're done injecting this into the bunny's eye, they don't want a sick bunny or something, or they don't want to use it again because it's not completely like accurate, I don't know, and so they'll just kill them. And it's a horrible industry. It's completely useless. There are so many alternatives to animal testing these days that are more accurate anyways. Like, and these are like multi-million-dollar companies that they can afford these alternatives. But I was recently introduced to the idea, well not recently, I've always kind of known about it, but I just always haven't bought from them, is parent companies. Well, I love Urban Decay, right? And so then I was watching a YouTube video and somebody was like, yeah, and then when Urban Decay got bought by L'Oreal, like, well, L'Oreal's the parent company. So though Urban Decay is cruelty free, L'Oreal is not cruelty free, partially because they sell in China and China requires animal testing. And so then I didn't want to buy from Urban Decay for a while. I'm just using Urban Decay as an example. There are so many companies. I don't want to buy from them because I didn't want my money to be like used to fund animal testing or like that stuff. Like I didn't want my money to be going towards that. And then I was at CVS. This was like a while ago, and I needed a dry shampoo. So I was like looking for a dry shampoo, and there's this one from Garnier, and I wanted to get it, but I googled it because I always look on the Cruelty Cutter app, which is run by Beagle Freedom Project, and it said that it's cruelty free, but the parent company is L'Oreal. But something about this dry shampoo, I just really wanted it. Like, I just did not want to accept defeat. I'll go get it right now. Something about this was just calling me. It was just like, I did not want to let this go. I think it's because it smelled like, it's cocoa colada, so it smelled like coconuts and pina colada. Smells really good. And it also has teal packaging, and if something's teal, it usually gets me to buy it. So then I did some searching while on the floor of CVS because it was on the bottom shelf, so I was just on the floor hunched over on my phone like, wow. And it looked like I was doing like important research, but in the middle of a CVS on the floor, so that was nice. But I came across this article.
No, where'd the article go?
It's from Ethical Elephant, and it's called Buy or Boycott Cruelty-Free Brands Owned by Parent Companies That Test on Animals. And it basically walks you through the pros and cons of parent companies, and if you're trying to go cruelty-free, should you boycott these companies? We're gonna go through it together. I'll say my opinions, and then we will come to a conclusion, or I'll come to a conclusion. And then comment what your conclusion is. Let's start with their reasons for supporting So first, they are still cruelty-free. When these companies, they originally will start out as their own brand, like all companies. It's once they get more popular that the bigger brands like L'Oreal or Estee Lauder will see the company and be like, wait,
I want you.
and then they have to sign something. And if they start out cruelty-free and they're being bought by a company that isn't cruelty-free, when they sign the agreement, they have the choice to remain cruelty-free. Like MAC is an example of a company who was cruelty-free.
Don't mind the hair or the background noise, but I meant to say NARS. I don't know where MAC came from. MAC is a big company, but NARS was cruelty-free. And then once they were bought by Shiseido, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but when NARS was bought by that, they stopped being cruelty-free. So forget about MAC. They've just always not been cruelty-free.
The second point in here is that it does send a message to the parent company, which is a main argument that I've seen a lot, where these parent companies, if you see, I don't know if they pay that much attention, but if, we'll just stick with the example of Urban Decay. If L'Oreal is seeing that Urban Decay, for example, is getting a lot of traction, if they see that, their cruelty-free brands are the ones getting the most, giving them the most money, then that can send a message to L'Oreal maybe that's like, should we do something to like our main brand then? Like, is that why people aren't buying from us? That you're not supporting their animal testing, you're supporting the products that don't test on animals. Another thing that is here is limited cruelty-free options, that they're really, again, so many of these mini companies get bought by these big companies because it is a good economic opportunity. Like, you get money, and business owners, that is something that they think about a lot of the time. And so there really aren't that many individual companies that haven't been bought by a bigger company that's not cruelty free. And then we'll get into the reasons for boycotting that this article talks about. So the money is supporting the bigger parent company. Like, you are giving money to the bigger parent company regardless. Like, that company is getting your money. It's a big company. They don't care why you're giving them money. They just care that they're getting it. And another thing that they talk about in this article is that you are indirectly funding animal testing. Like, that company could use the money that you give to them to fund animal testing for them. Like, you don't know where your money's going once you give it to them. And it also just says that you should be supporting more independent cruelty-free brands because, you know, these companies did, in a way, this is the next point too, is that they're sellouts. Like, they did sell themselves out for the money, and there are independent brands that stay true to their core values and don't let these bigger brands mess with that in a way, and they don't sell out. So then the article's done and it says, like, ultimately it's your decision. So my thoughts, I've recently started buying more things. As you saw, I did end up buying the hairspray. I personally think it is okay. If you go back to like the reasons not to, yeah, you're supporting the company, and I guess it is indirectly could be supporting animal testing. There's a small chance, and you're giving more of that money to the company that's not testing on animals, and the brand can't know why people aren't buying from them if people just aren't buying anything from them. If they see that people are buying just the cruelty-free things from them, again, this would need to be like a lot of people. That's the issue with a lot of these things, even with like climate change. It is like these big companies are the ones that need to make the change, or like it needs to be a whole bunch of people. It can't just be a couple. But if they say a bunch of people did, if they see that like people are only buying from the cruelty-free, then they have the information they need to be able to get more customers, I guess. And I didn't know that they had to like sign paper. I mean, I knew they had to sign some sort of paper. I feel like this is common sense. But after hearing that there are companies like MAC who directly choose to let them take the fact that they're cruelty-free away, and that these other companies intentionally make sure that they can stay cruelty-free even if they are under this bigger parent company. And I thought that also says something, because when it does come to business, again, I don't really know much about business, but I know a lot of that is surrounded among money, so I can see why these companies would do it for this opportunity. And you don't know the position that the company might have been in before, and they are still not testing on animals. I hope this was somewhat helpful. I always look on the internet for a question just to see what other people, like I did with that article. I'll link it down below. And those points, I just thought I would break them down because I don't like reading full things. Well, I do. But, yeah, I've been doing a lot of weird makeup content thingies lately, so I thought I'd talk about being cruelty-free. There are a lot of issues in the universe regarding animals, and honestly it feels like everything at this point. So on a lighter note, I put my hair in braids and now it looks like this, and not like I haven't washed it in almost a week.